What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome back for some more Fire Emblem Heroes, and this is going to be my first impression and the stat speculation for the second summer banner for this year. And this time we have got some Arcanea units as well as Heroes OCs, and we have got Summer Freyja. So people did expect her after seeing the silhouette, and her art is absolutely top tier. And she's a colorless cavalry beast. So she has changed up her color, she's no longer green, and she actually ends up having a better utility than her original version in my opinion, because she doesn't have the distant counter anymore, and that's fine because Freyja's bulk wasn't the highest to begin with in her mythic version, but here she ends up having more utility. So she's got Brightmare Horn. I really like the wordplay there, and that gives her +3 speed. And at start of combat, if she's above 25% HP, then she can get +5 to all of her stats. She gets the speed-based damage reduction, which cavalry units cannot have access to, so that is quite unique. And then she's got another effect. So it's kind of like a partial null follow-up when she's transformed. So at start of combat, if she's above 25% health and she's transformed, then she can pretty much neutralize any kind of follow-up negation skills. So she can just double through the Weary Fighter, as they have pretty much shown that in the trailer as she's attacking this armor unit. So that is pretty good for offensive role in the player phase. And then she's got the standard Beast Cavalry condition where she will be getting the in-combat debuffs on the opponent and the impact effect in the player phase. So in the player phase, she can pretty much have a null follow-up in a sense by having this partial null follow-up and then the impact effect which she gets from her beast transformation. So that allows her to be a really potent player phase unit, and as we have seen before with Pirate Tibarn and Valuria, being a colorless beast is pretty nice with some really good player phase utility which other cavalry units cannot really get access to. So she's got Glimmer, attack speed solo 4, and also Binding Necklace just like her mythic version. And instead of having Pulse Smoke, she's got Fatal Smoke here, which is pretty nice. It's a premium skill, so it's nice to have in her slot C. So she's gonna be a really good unit for the player phase and can definitely function well as a Gale Force unit. Now, she's definitely gonna be depending on Heavy Blade, which can be a bit annoying at times, but because she can be blessed and she's not a mythic unit, that's a bit better. So I do expect her to have this kind of stat spread, not really being too different from her mythic version, but again, like I said, she can be blessed here and can be used in different game modes and different seasons. So that is going to be pretty good for Freyja fans, and if you pull her, seems like a pretty nice player phase unit with some unique stuff which, you know, cavalry units cannot get access to. And then we move on to her brother, Freyr. So he's actually going to be in the alt hell, I believe, until he gets his mythic version, which might be this month even. I'm not really too sure. So Summer Freyja is here, and he is a red beast cavalry unit. So we haven't really seen him with a preferred weapon in the story mode. So here he has got Ray Dream Horn, which gives him +3 attack. And if he initiates combat or if he's within 2 spaces of an ally, then he can get +6 attack during the combat and inflict -6 attack debuff on foe, and he can make a guaranteed follow-up attack. And then he's got the standard cavalry beast condition. So this allows him to function in both phases, and he pretty much gets an Omni Breaker effect in the player phase because he's got this impact effect in his secondary condition, and then he can also make a follow-up attack with the primary condition. So I believe that he's going to be ending up to be like a red Ducel in my opinion, because he's pretty bulky in the story mode. They could actually give him a bit more defense and like decrease a bit of resistance. He comes with defense rest catch, which is interesting. And lull attack defense. So I think he's gonna be pretty much like a red Ducel in my opinion. So this -6 attack and +6 attack to himself is really reminiscent of a Spendthrift bow, but of course he doesn't have any kind of penalty, so he can function in both phases. Pretty nice mixed phase red cavalry unit, and if he ends up having that kind of bulk, which he should, his model is just huge, then yeah, he's gonna be pretty unique as a red cavalry unit. So I do expect him to be quite bulky, just like he is in the story mode, and having that, you know, auto follow-up just means that he's gonna be pretty slow. And the next unit that we have is Summer Ogma, and he's actually a 4-star focus. I'm really happy that they showed some love to Ogma. He has got a new art now, and he's gonna be having the updated BST because his sword version isn't the most impressive one. So he's got Trident Plus, and this is a new inheritable lance. At start of turn, if he's within 3 spaces of an ally, then he can get +6 visible buff to himself, and then he will get +5 attack and defense during the combat if he's within 3 spaces of an ally. So it's not the best lance since we do have Guild Fork and Courtly Candle and so many other good lances. flowing lance as well, but still it's a decent option, I guess. And he has got attack speed solo and threat and speed defense. I think attack speed solo here is a lot more significant because this is the first time we have got attack speed solo on a demote, and that's really good for inheriting attack speed solo 4 and null follow up from the divine code section, Fallen Male Corrin. So if you want to get those two skills from divine codes, then yeah, getting this as a prerequisite is going to be pretty nice. And attack speed solo is a really nice skill overall. So he's going to be taking out the sword flyer, and I believe that he's going to be having a stat spread similar to this. So I think he's going to be pretty nicely offensive, just the modern, fast infantry unit, pretty similar to that. And he's going to be having decent physical bulk with his HP and not the highest resistance, which is to be expected. So it's a really nice thing to see a lance infantry unit here as a demote. And the final unit that we have is going to be Summer Caeda with Plumeria. So this is a really odd pairing in my opinion, because I don't think they have interacted ever before in FEH. Yeah, and I don't think they have too much in common. I was kind of expecting Mirabilis to be on this banner because she hasn't really got any kind of spotlight in the seasonal banners, but maybe they are saving up Mirabilis for a harmonized Linhardt and Mirabilis combo, so who knows. But in any case, they are an Axe Cavalier, and we don't have too many premium Axe Cavaliers. We just have Pirate Veronica. Summer Caeda has got Dolphin Dive Axe, which is quite reminiscent of young Caeda's Feather Sword, but obviously it's a lot easier to deal with her here because she doesn't have the innate Vantage, which could trigger at full health of hers. So it's a lot easier to face, but still the effective damage is really nice as she has got it on Sword, Lance, Axe, Colorless Bows, and Armor units. And she's got Canto 2 in her weapon, so that's pretty good for retreating. It's a bit odd that she doesn't have Canto 3, in my opinion. So it is an effective weapon, and she also has +3 attack in her weapon, which is really nice because she doesn't have the highest attack stat at base. And if she initiates combat or if she's within 2 spaces of an ally, then she can get +5 to all of her stats. And of course, she's got the Canto built into her weapon, and her stat spread is seen on the right side. Doesn't have the highest base attack at base 33, but still the extra attack and the extra stats from this weapon and the effective damage does help her quite a bit. And she is really fast at base 42. She doesn't have the highest bulk, but it's workable overall. She's got Harsh Command Plus, Attack Speed Catch, and Flow Refresh 3. So Flow Refresh is a new skill, which is basically a player phase partial null follow-up. So it is only going to be helping you bypass follow-up negation skills like Weary Fighter, Brave Hector, Fallen Edelgard, stuff like that. And it is only going to be active in the player phase, but after the combat it will restore 10 HP to the unit, which is really good. So you don't really need to run any kind of Mystic Boost or something like that to get the self-sufficiency, but the HP restore might be a bit annoying if you're trying to set up some kind of Wings of Mercy Gale Force team, so I could see that being annoying there. But still, this is a really fantastic option for cavalry units who don't have a lot of options for slot B, and if you're lucky then maybe even Flyers could inherit this, because I don't see why they wouldn't be able to. So Flow Refresh seems to be a really nice option for player phase cavalry units. Just bypassing any kind of follow-up negation is super good because that's pretty much the thing which ends up being really annoying for a lot of Gale Force units and player phase units. So it's a fantastic option, and it also means that she's going to be able to have the effective damage against Brave Hector, because this is not only the movement effective damage but also the weapon effective. So she will still have the effective damage against him and she will bypass the follow-up negation, but the question is she's going to be able to survive a Bonfire Special Fighter hit, because she doesn't have the highest bulk, but still she's going to be chunking him for quite a bit because of weapon strangle advantage and also the effective damage. And then she's got Panic Smoke at last. So seems like a very strong player phase Axe Cavalry unit, especially a premium one. And then here she's going to be shown her stat spread, of course, and here we see Canto as well. And her duo skill, or actually the harmonic skill, is very strong. So it's pretty similar to Plagiant Dorothea and Harmonic Tiki, where she will basically refresh any kind of ally with the highest HP from Arcania and Fire Emblem Heroes games and just dance them up if they're within 2 spaces. So this is really strong because she can refresh Duo Peony and Duo Peony can refresh her. And then she can also refresh Harmonic Tiki, and Harmonic Tiki can refresh her. So it makes for a lot of really good Gale Force shenanigans if you can just get rid of the duo units in Aether Raids defense, which you can definitely do with Ninja Lin and some aggressive plays. So yeah, if you have these harmonic units, then you can dance yourself and dance your unit so many times, it's really insane. And she does have Resonance Blades, which gives you +4 attack and speed. So she's a really fantastic unit for resonant battles because of her cavalry mobility. She's got Canto, she's got the effective damage, and she also has the refresh in her harmonized skill. But I wouldn't really recommend to just pull for her for resonant battles because it's not really all that worth for the extra rewards in my opinion. And this banner doesn't have any kind of spark, so you'll have to spend a lot of orbs trying to get her. So there's no guaranteed spark summon here. So always be careful on these kinds of banners because you might be spending, I don't know, like 500 orbs trying to just get one unit, which can be really annoying. So here we see her harmonized skill in action. So it's gonna be a lot of fun if you do utilize all of those harmonic units and duo units and their duo and harmonized skill with something as aggressive as Gale Force. And here we do see Summer Norne as the Tempest Trial unit, and she is a free-to-play Lance Infantry unit at last, which is absolutely amazing, and she's going to be able to reach 180 BST most likely. Her weapon is a bit different than Trident Plus, which Ogma has. I mean, aesthetically it's different, and pretty similar stat spread, similar to like the normal version of Norne, which means that she's going to be having pretty nice balanced bulk overall, and going to be having good speed as well. So I'm really excited for Norne as a free-to-play unit, and this banner does bring some really nice player phase cavalry units in Freyja and also Summer Caeda, and we do have potentially Red Dussel in Freyr, but again, this is not like a must-pull banner. These units are definitely good, but it's not a must-pull, especially because we don't have Spark System. But of course, as always, if you like any of these units a lot, you like their art, then it's definitely worth going for them with your orbs if you have been saving up. Because you are going to be having most fun with the units you like the most. So that is going to be my impression on the summer banner. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. And I want to thank all of my YouTube members for the constant support. If you enjoyed, then please be sure to leave a like and a comment. Helps me tremendously. And be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I wish YouTube sub boxes were about as fast as Freyja. So that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.